welcome folks. Black 6 from BZPower here. Running like a minute behind. Oops. But we're here. And it's time to build this lovely set. The LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader Helmet. Very iconic mask helmet from Star Wars here. You can see it contains 800, well, you can't see on the screen, there we go, 834 parts, retails for $70, and kind of like the second version. This is kind of the second version of this, since there was that Target exclusive that was a little more of a bust. I believe it had like a little bit of Vader's shoulders. There's some speculation that was kind of like the test run, and then it led into the helmets, of which this is like the part of the second wave of. We built all the first wave, and then we also built a couple of the Marvel versions, the Carnage and Venom, and so now we're getting to Vader here. Thought about building both this and the Scout Trooper. We had shared some pictures of both of them on Instagram a couple weeks ago, but I opted to stick with just one for today. Maybe I'd make it a little bit of a shorter build. And it is 834 pieces, so it's not like it's a tiny set. And I kind of want to enjoy it and take in all the little techniques. So you can see it's got a very glossy box. You can see my lights there are reflecting like crazy off of it. You know, LEGO tends to use that to show off like the premium packaging. You can see we have the, I assume that's French, Vader, or maybe Spanish, or maybe it's just a typo. I don't know, usually, since this is the US version, they usually do multiple languages on here. Maybe Vader is how it's spelled in both French and Spanish, because I don't see any other possible languages. But anyway, on the back, have another angle on the helmet. You can see that it's 8 inches high, and a couple of pictures of Vader from the films. I think that one looks almost more like a publicity image, like a press image that they must have taken on set. Just trying to place that in the movie where it looks like he's doing like the Force choke, but could be wrong. He is in fact, you know, one of the main characters in the film, so there's definitely lots of scenes that he's in. I can't remember them all offhand, especially when you take into account the special editions and all that. Alright, so we got our instruction book. And we do have a sticker sheet. Looks like 4 stickers on here, all around his helmet, or his breather here. So we got one for the nose ridge thing, 2 for the lines there, and then this guy goes underneath. That does mean that his little display placard here is printed, I assume. So it's kind of nice. Alright, so we've got 5 numbered bags. And we've got our instruction manual. Maybe this will shed some light on the spelling. Oh, I guess that must be a typo, because here we have it. Here we have Darth Vader in English, French, and Spanish, and they all spell Vader like the way you normally would. So there is a typo on the box. I haven't seen that mentioned anywhere. That's very curious. I can probably take off that giveaway link for now. Doing a couple giveaways today. I figured since we're building Darth Vader's helmet, we should give away some of the Darth Vader buildable figures, and since there were 2 different versions, should build both of them. Alright, so a little bit of information about Vader. There he is from Rogue One, kicking some rebel butt. There he is in A New Hope, of course. And yeah, says what each bag will build. Again, I kind of have an issue with these nicely bound instruction books, and that they are a pain to keep open at the beginning and at the end. In the middle, they're fine, but it's the the other 2/3 of the instruction book that cause problems. All right, let's open up our first bag here. So you've got some Technic beams in here for the inner support. We've got a nice teal brick separator. The kind of more rare color. Let's see where it looks like a good spot. There we go. Not quite as rare as the green, but not nearly as common as the orange. So yeah, I find since I have these trays, I need to like use the trays to hold down the instructions, but then of course it becomes tricky to turn the page, so you can't win. Let's tilt that down a little, and we're gonna switch over to our other camera in a sec. Got a new mount for it, so hopefully we won't have any issues with it falling out of position in the middle of the stream. All right, that looks like that's good. So let's get going. There we go. How has everyone been doing the past couple weeks? Anyone taking advantage of the Lego VIP weekend sales going on? Well, not really sales, I guess offers. Double VIP points and a few gifts with purchase. And I've seen a lot of criticism online about the offers, and do that backwards. Yes. The high price point to take advantage of them. I think like to get that tin sign, you have to spend $270, which is definitely a lot. I mean, obviously, yes, there are sets that you could just buy one set and get that, but it doesn't mean it's less of a pill to swallow there. And then there's like some sets, it's like if they were available, I would buy them. We never built last year's Winter Village set, and we haven't built this year's either. And part of the problem with that is because the way the support requests from Lego work out, if like the set goes out of stock after you request it, you kind of are out of luck. So like we can wait until the set is in stock and then request it from Lego. But if they kind of get delayed in processing that request and then it goes out of stock again, which those sets frequently do, then it's like, oh, sorry, we can't fulfill your request. So I was looking to just buy them, both last year's and this year's, and like you can't even do that. I got a notification because I did sign up for like email notifications. I got a notification email, I guess yesterday morning, like super early, like 4 a.m. or something, that one of them was back in stock. I'm like, oh, and I woke up and I saw, I'm like, oh, sweet. And I log on and nope, it was already sold out again. Because even when I buy Lego stuff, I do try to get some sort of sale on it, if possible. Whether that's like an Amazon discount or something like the double VIP points. Of course, everyone else waits for the same, but I might just have to bite the bullet on those Winter Village sets and just wait until they come back in stock and just pay full price for them, because I do want them for my collection. Into stream here, but like at this point, since I have not a completely fleshed out Winter Village collection, but I think I'm only missing like one or two, except for these two new ones. So it's like I kind of wanna get them before they go away. So hopefully I get there. I did pick up a couple of sets for some future streams. Kind of focused on sets that you don't usually see on sale too often on like Amazon and such. Trying to make the most of my double VIP points there. So some of like the exclusives that aren't as widely available. You'll have to wait and see what I picked up though. Alright, our base coming along. So some interesting stuff here with some bars and some inverted slopes. I don't recall seeing that on any of the other bust builds we've made. We've got a little bit of teal going in. Bet you didn't know that Darth Vader had teal under his helmet. These? Okay, these are one stood too far forward. There we go. Or brown in his helmet for that matter. Although the build would definitely be much more boring if it was literally all black. It would have kind of been funny if they had made the eyes like transparent red. Because as Star Wars nerds know, in the first film, the lenses on his helmet were indeed red. So what else we got going on in the world of Lego? I don't think any new sets have been announced since our last stream. At least not any like major ones. Oh, they did share. You get some of the new Marvel sets. Well, I guess some of the Star Wars ones for next year were revealed as well. Oh, was the AT-AT? Oh, I think the AT-AT was revealed since our last stream. Alright, so I take that all back. We got plenty of new things since last time. Alright, so Marvel, we got the Iron Man buildable figure kind of thing. That seems like it is supposed to be like a premium set. You know, like that Guardians of the Galaxy ship. I think that one is, what, the Benatar? From Guardians 2. And it's like a $150 set. Which definitely looks cool. Looks like a great display piece. It's probably worth close to, if not that full amount. But that's like this Iron Man looks like it's supposed to be along those lines. I'm not sure that it's worth it for how bad the figure looks, at least in the pictures they showed. Alright, got our first little clip thing going on here. This is part of, I guess, the lower neck of the armor. So it clips on in 2 spots. Can move a little bit right now, but I assume once we clip something into here, it will strengthen that connection. Yeah, I think they revealed like some new like little mech, Marvel mech sets. There's a Wolverine one and a couple others. We certainly have some nice pieces from a CCBS perspective. They're helping keep those mixel joints alive at the very least. And then, yeah, for Star Wars, we have the UCS AT-AT. Or some people call it the AT-AT. Not sure, like, how or where I picked up AT-AT versus AT-AT. Uh-oh, dropped a piece. I suppose there's a chance when I was like a kid that I did call it an AT-AT, but then at some point, like, there's the AT-ST, and I don't call that the AT-SIT, so it's gotta be an AT-AT, right? But hey, to each their own. I don't think they ever referred to it like verbally in universe. They just call them like the walkers or something. So, I'm not sure that there is an official pronunciation. But that set looks very awesome, very massive. It's very so impressive that it can support all of that weight. And like essentially just hold itself up. It's like I almost wanted just to see like all those mechanical achievements, structural achievements there. But then it was also like what, $700 or $800. It's like, do I want to see that bad? Like if you want to send us one, I'll be down. Do like a 2-month stream of it. Alright, another new color inside the set here, orange. Oh, it's time for our first sticker, just as we are wrapping up bag 1. It's kind of interesting, it's on this, uh-oh, camera, what are you doing here? There we go. It's on this like corner slope piece, which I feel like this is a newer piece in general, but I'm kind of curious since it's got like that like more textured finish and not smooth. I I hope that the sticker holds up on that. And then to go along with the CS AT-AT, they announced the Snow Trooper Battle Pack and the Hoth ATST, the blink and you'll miss it Hoth ATST. But it is in the film. Of course, since the AT-AT can hold all those troops in it, you gotta have the Snow Trooper Battle Pack so you can fill it up some. Alright, first bag is done. Not quite looking very Darth Vader-y yet. Time to open bag 2. This looks like, to build this one, we'll definitely start seeing some more Vader-y personality, even though we do have quite a lot of different colors in here. I see some mixel joints as well. It looks like we may actually be building everything entirely separate from what we did and then attaching it. I'll have to see. Any other LEGO news I'm not thinking of? I did see that they're casting for LEGO Masters Season 3 in the US. So that's pretty awesome if you're a fan of those shows. Or if you've been thinking about trying out for the shows, now have a chance to be on Season 3. Probably be making a news post about that on BZPower later today. Let everyone know. This is kind of neat. We're using this quarter round tile, so this 1x1 clip can actually be at a little bit of an angle. I don't think it's supposed to be quite that extreme. I think it's supposed to be more like that. But only possible there because of that quarter round tile. I don't even think It might work with a 4-round tile, but it'd be close. Kind of curious to see, going back to VIP weekend, if LEGO does additional sales next weekend for Black Friday. I think that would be a really good way to upset a lot of people. Like, hey, we tried to get you all to spend as much money as possible last weekend, and now we're trying to get you to do it again. Yay, capitalism. But I think the truth is, even if they do that and they do upset people, there will be enough people who will still spend their monies that it'll probably be worth it for LEGO to have done. Looks like we've got our next couple of stickers coming up here. I'm going to put these tiles on and then put the stickers on to help make sure they are aligned properly. It looks really good. I think I did a decent job aligning all of that, if I do say so myself. Let's see, I think pop culture wise, there's been a lot of TV stuff going on. Star Trek Discovery started up again. Still have a few minutes of last week's episode to finish watching. The Cowboy Bebop live action series started. Have not seen any of that yet. That's on my list after I finish after I finish Discovery, I'll be starting Cowboy Bebop. Definitely have lots of memories, fond memories of the anime from back in the day. So I'm hoping, have not read any of the reactions to it or anything, so I'm hoping it is good. Like, trying to keep my expectations tempered, but I want it to be good. And then this coming week, the Hawkeye series starts. So, if Cowboy Bebop and Star Trek Discovery weren't enough, now we're getting more Marvel as well. I feel like there's something else starting soon too. So we are diving right into the thick of it. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, then starting on Thanksgiving, we've got the Beatles Get Back documentary, edited by Peter Jackson, coming out. That's what it is. Been looking forward to that one. Like all this footage from the late 60s, restored and re-edited, seen for the first time. I'm excited. All right. So we got the like rebreather section coming together, using some hinge bricks and these nice angle tiles. Certainly looking iconic. Can get a little sneak peek there. Starting to see that shape coming together. Those of you watching today, what have you been enjoying recently? Any good TV shows, movies that you've seen, things you're looking forward to? No Cowboy Bebop spoilers is all I ask. interesting. It's having us build on this one side of the helmet, like right here, but not over here. I'm like, should I be doing this on both sides? I'm looking ahead of the instructions. I'm still not having us do anything on the other side. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we have to keep this side open so that when we put it back on the base here, we can get that a Technic axle through to attach it. So, as much as I like to ignore the instructions sometimes, I guess I got to this time. Definitely have some interesting shaping going on here. Like you gotta wonder why we've got these round bricks and round plates and round 1x2 plates and little plates with the bars on here. Like, are they to get things lined up or allow things to kind of be at an angle, like our little clips down here? We also have some snot in a couple of spots. So while it's been pretty basic stacking stuff so far, we're definitely setting the stage for some more interesting techniques, it seems like. So here we're putting in a couple of good old-fashioned Technic bricks so we can secure this to the base. Some pretty good shaping there. Alright, so we've got like this 2x2 inverted slope with some stuff built on it. But like it leaves just like this little There's a little gap around the respirator area, but then these curved slopes start to give us some nice shaping as well. But also, using these ingot pieces kind of narrows this place down in the middle here until it's just over a brick wide. We know the nose ridge has to go in there at some point, so I'm curious to see how that works. Oh, we got some upside down building we're about to do. It's always nifty. So, the wonderful 1x1 round plate with a through hole. And the matching 1x1 round plate with the bar. Allows us to take that and flip it over and attach it. I think this almost looks like the start of the eye lenses or something. Alright, now get to attach this to the base here. There's pretty much only one way it lines up, so that's good at least. Then you want to make sure you press it down on there, get it attached nice and solid. And then our little assembly from before kind of lines up pretty well. And there is some, like a bit of a gap down there, but you really have to kind of look for that. And I think the fact that, you know, the exterior is pretty much all black is going to help hide those gaps. Alright, now excellent, and now I get to finish up this side that we were slacking off on earlier. Just gotta wait for that axle to go in. Yeah, so just that one plate, I think, is enough to keep that axle from coming out. It just like touches the corner just a little bit there and keeps it from coming out. Hey there, Dollar. Good to see you. Build's been going pretty well. There have been some interesting things like the getting the angles for the rebreather here, and we just missed some upside down building that we did by virtue of the 1x1 round plate with the bar and the 1x1 round plate with the hole there. So just a little bit. I'm curious to see if we kind of add on to that and continue to build upside down. Quickly approaching the end of the second bag here. take advantage of some of the snot bricks we had put in earlier. And thanks to some lovely Lego geometry, this snot work actually lines up perfectly with those upside down bits that I was just showing off. Which I feel like that probably means that we're not going to be building more stuff upside down, that we're going to put something directly on top that will line up nicely there. Give a bit of a gap here. I hope it will cover up. Oh, we've got this like classic castle lance piece that we're attaching to those clips from before that are at just a slight little angle. And now you can kind of better adjust the angle so they line up perfectly along the edge here. Alright, oh, now we got some mixel joints coming in. Looking forward to seeing how those come into play. Alright, so now we've got some more snot brick attachments. And so this looks like we were supposed to kind of bend that down to meet up with our lance piece. Definitely some interesting shaping going on there. Looks like we may be in the last little assembly for bag 2. I'm probably going to hold off on doing our first giveaway until bag 3. As many people tune in as possible, give more people a chance to win. Interesting to see all these clips going in here, and these are going on the back of his head. So you can see we just extended the back out pretty good there. And I think that's it for bag 2. Does it look like Darth Vader yet? Looks like that scene in Was it Empire Strikes Back? Yeah, where you know, Luke slices Darth Vader's head apart. Looks like bag 3 here. While very colorful, we will be getting to the eyes, which I think will really start selling it. But yeah, don't believe me, there's not a lot of black parts here. It is quite a colorful collection. Clearly, I'm going to be doing a lot of internal structure here that will then get covered up in the last 2 bags. Since we're talking nerdy Star Wars pop culture, the latest Star Wars book came out this week. The 3rd one in, I guess, the 3rd Thrawn trilogy. Actually, the original one, which is no longer canon, and then the one set kind of like right before, I guess before and during Star Wars Rebels. And then this one that is set in Thrawn's past, back in his home system, I guess. It's been pretty interesting seeing more about the Chiss ascendancy. Alright, I got some green bars going in here. So they're attaching to these clips, but we're pushing them down into these 1x2 round plates with through holes from before, and we're using that to lock them in. So now we got these bars locked in that we can then clip things onto, probably the eye pieces. But for that, I gotta finish up the nose ridge here. So it's gonna be our last sticker as well. Definitely recommend the Thrawn books. If you enjoyed the originals back in the day, or if you enjoyed Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels, you should check out the books. Timothy Zahn does such a fantastic job of writing him into this like believable character. You know, obviously he writes the story so that it works. But I feel like just every time he makes you feel like, no, Thrawn really was just like that smart. He really just knew exactly what they were going to do. Alright, and last sticker is kind of interesting, because I feel like this one they could have just used like a light gray 1x1 half round tile here, but instead they did go with the print, and there actually is a little bit of dark gray above there to give like a little bit of like shadowing, and also as a result, you know, we do have black around the edge, which I feel like is probably more accurate to the source material as well. And so then have this assembly, and then fold to make that nose ridge there. That clips in, and then goes down. Oh yeah, I'm starting to see some Vader. Hey there, Grayson. Yeah, stickers, man. I mean, as far as stickers go, I feel like it is one of the less egregious ones. I feel like this set would probably look fine without that one. And it's also a common enough piece that, you know, you don't really even feel bad stickering it. It's like, yeah, I've got like another 20 of those at least floating around. We got some white Exoforce hands. Right now I feel like I'm building a Monkey Kid set with these colors, the red, the yellow, and the teal. Actually, I think it is Darth Vader's eyes. We're using these wheel arch pieces here to kind of give it the little eyelid or eye ridge look. And then they attach onto that bar. And then that allows them to be at like a little bit of an angle, and they really only go in one way. The spacing works out perfectly enough, and there's like there's a little bit of wiggle room, obviously, but it's not like they go side to side. And yeah, I can see Darth Vader looking back at me there now. It's crazy that like that is what it took, right? It's like those eyes, and also like boom. Okay, yeah, this is Darth Vader now. some more interesting bar techniques coming together here. So I've got a pair of bars, little bar holder, bar attachment, and they're getting attached to the snot bracket. So I'm kind of curious to see if these are here for the little bars here, or if we're going to attach things to those bars as well. Now Darth Vader's about to start feeling like a Brickheads set. With all these 1x2 by 1 2/3 snot bricks here. Got a bunch more to put on. But if you recall from the main image, right, a lot of the upper head is all just the studs out snot building. So of course we need to start getting all those bricks in to build up on. I actually saw an interesting comment from an interview one of the designers did. I think it's the gentleman who's in the beginning of the instructions, Jens. Let's see. Yeah, Jens Kronwald Fredriksson, one of the main, I think what they call him, the creative director of LEGO Star Wars. So, pretty high up in the food chain there. And apparently the first iteration of these helmet sets they made, they were much more smooth. Like they had fewer studs showing and everything. And then I guess the reaction from like focus groups and stuff was like, but then how do you know it's LEGO? And so they had to go back to the drawing board and make more studs show. But, you know, I can always see that both ways, right? Sometimes you want it to have so few studs showing that it hardly looks like LEGO. But you have to have just enough so that, like, you know it's LEGO. And you can be like, oh yeah, that's not like a statue someone bought. They actually built that. Alright, let's see how my new camera mount works. If I can adjust this a bit so you can get a better angle here as we... Alright, looks like it's holding. And because, like, I love, you know, like the Gentle Giant statues and like the Hot Toys figures and stuff. Those things look amazing. But it's like, for the price, I would rather buy a LEGO set and then I have the fun of building it too. And then I also get to like display it at the end if I want. Or, you know, eventually I can take it apart and build something new too. So it's like, you know, I kind of want to show that off. as much as he was looking like Darth Vader when we put those eyes in, and now he's looking like they're just like multicolored blur blob here. You don't think about how just tall Darth Vader's helmet is. But like, consider the eyes are like here, like all this stuff is up above it. Which, you know, I'm pretty sure is, yeah, this is technically accurate to the films and stuff. Alright, we're almost done with bag 3 here. So I got that, putting up the giveaway link again. We'll do our first giveaway. Someone will get a Darth Vader buildable figure. Whether it's the first version or the second, we'll have to wait and see. That's kind of interesting. We had that like little wall panel, like foot piece in there. Like, oh, I wonder if that's for some like interesting spacing or something. No, we're just putting something on top of it, and just kind of like a normal spacer. That could have been. I guess it couldn't have been, okay, so it couldn't have been a brick because there's no anti-studs to connect to. So I guess that makes sense because you have like that little bar there that gives like just a little bit more support. All right, Lego, I'll allow it. I didn't think it made sense, but it does. All right. That's it for bag 3. It looks like a robot, which I guess is kind of accurate, right? I mean, it is Darth Vader. He is kind of a robot. Cyborg, if you want to put it that way. Yeah, definitely agree. You know, we've got this multicolored blob here, and it's gonna eventually look like a really cool finished product. All right, after I finish opening our 4th bag here, and whereas bag 3 was a lot of different colors and hardly any black, bag 4 is primarily black. There are still some different colors. There's some yellow, some red, some lime green, but definitely a lot of black. Alrighty. Alright, congratulations to Minic3211. You won 75534 Darth Vader. That is the second version of the character. So the taller version that is more CCBS heavy versus the first one that is more Technic heavy. And yeah, someone will be building or winning that one at the end of this build. Alright, let's remove that out to the side, readjust our camera. I'm just having fun knowing that my camera will stay in place when I adjust it now. That's that piece. Got some large black plates here. Looks like we're starting off going to be building the top of Vader's head. the first one, which is a fridge on legs. Yeah, I mean, I think I like the idea of that first build, in that, you know, they had like a more Technic-heavy design. You know, I think that's like a cool idea on paper, right? Like, hey, let's make this, you know, a CCBS build, like a little more complex, especially since it's going to be, I guess that was like the most expensive one in the wave, or was Grievous out at the same time? The Hermit Grievous, you know, like one of the more expensive sets. Let's make it a little more technically complex, but it definitely has some major aesthetic issues. Yes, Minnick, congrats, you are indeed the winner. The problem with the second one, the second version of the Darth Vader figure, is that for the most part, all of those sets were designed to scale with each other, and then the second version was just completely out of scale. And just like way too tall to fit with the other figures. So while he had a cleaner design and yeah, some like nicer design elements to him, he just looks worse when displayed with the other figures. The real question is, who looks worse, that first Darth Vader or that new Iron Man? Alright, see you later, Dollar. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time. the center of the helmet. This looks like this goes, let's say, right like so. He looks very goofy now. As if he didn't look goofy before with all that multicolored stuff showing, but now it looks even more goofy. Alright, but put him off to the side as we start on our next section, which I assume is probably going to be the back of the head. jumper in there. Interested to see what that is for. What we're going to be offsetting, if anything. I always appreciate all the intricacies in making these like curved surfaces with studs. You know, usually we call them Lowell spheres, based on one of the people who like initially pioneered the technique. Like, I just feel like if I was doing something like this, it would be a much more brute force method, where it would be just like one layer of plates, another layer of plates, another layer of plates. We have like some bricks and stuff scattered in here, you know, different like L plates and stuff to get like just the right shaping with like the pretty much minimum number of parts needed to at least be efficient from like a piece inventory perspective. Alright, so we're continuing that ridge from the top of his helmet. Got this riot shield piece, going to be attaching to those clips here. And I think that jumper in there is just so that this piece doesn't like fully attach, but it is like up by just like a little bit of a stud, so it's not all the way down flat. Alright, this attaches onto the back. Oh wow, and yeah, it kind of locks perfectly in place here, like there's no wiggle in here anymore. And while it still looks very silly from the sides, at least from the back, it's starting to look pretty solid. Just, yeah, don't look at it from that way. attach that like so. Starting to flesh out around the eyes. Still leaving this place for the that helmet ridge. Oh, first we have to beef up the eyebrow area a little bit. Because technically, the Dark Lord of the Sith doesn't have eyebrows. Imagine it's because he waxes them. Alright, so these have a little clip on them. It's going to attach to those little bar assemblies we put in there earlier. Allow these to go in at an angle. So they clip, and then you can rotate them to the side. Oh yeah, look at that. I have you now. Alright, this should finish off the front of his face there. If that don't look like Darth Vader, I don't know what do. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Alright, last bag. This one is very monochromatic, although I do see some purple in there. I think we still have a lot to go for this being the last bag. Of large plates in here, though. Actually, no. There's our printed one. Star Wars Darth Vader, in case you didn't know who this was. Okay, we gotta sort out some of these bigger plates. Make it a little easier, try to find pieces as I need them. Back down. got some 1x2 plates with bars here. I think that's going to be for like attaching like little the flap kind of things. I guess the neck guard on his helmet. Right. Let's go ahead. Fill in that side. Fill in that side. And suddenly, looking very solid here. There's some different colors still exposed in the back, but I'll be clearing that out in no time. Plates in here. Call them Antilles plates. Last little splash of color there. I think I still see a little bit of dark gray, but I don't think that really counts as a splash of color, so this purple is going to be it. so here are his neck guard pieces, little clips they can attach on there. And so I have a bit of flappiness to him for now. We'll see if that gets fixed after we do the back piece, which appears to be all that remains. Yeah, from the front here, he looks pretty much done. It looks like Darth Vader. Alright, I already did all of that, because I know how mirrors work. In the home stretch here. So put our giveaway link back up. Two pieces of that helmet ridge, couple of riot shields for attachment points. All you have to do is attach this and then attach a little display plaque, and we are going to be done. Snaps in, rotates up. So that is also still a little flappy. But if you push down on it, it doesn't go down further. Oh no, I guess that. So this you have to push up on, and the side flaps you got to push down on, and that will get them in the proper positions. Alright, and that is it. Let's oh, I already broke it off. Try to get a better angle here. And we can turn off that picture-in-picture, I think. There we go. Alright. So there he is. You know, he is pretty much all black. And then the two little light gray 1x1 round plates with the bars, like little stickers to add some color. Other than that, everything that you see in the final product is black, which does make it a little difficult to see all the finer details. You gotta let the light catch those studs at just the right angle there, so you can kind of see all that texture. But it is very much Darth Vader. You're part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away. Yeah, so definitely dig it. As we were talking about before, I feel like the decision to include the visible studs adds some nice texture to it and makes it look Lego, right? Like, there's no if, ands, or buts about this. This is Darth Vader's helmet, right? It's Darth Vader through and through. You're not gonna think that it's someone else, right? But it is also very definitely Lego. You know, it's very obvious that I'm looking at this. I'm not sure how well it shows up, but there's something off a little bit with those eyebrows. They are only attached by like this bar connection. Is a pretty interesting connection there. All right, that looks better. Yeah, so I definitely like that kind of juxtaposition between the bricks and, you know, trying to capture the source material, and I think they've done a pretty fantastic job. There's some really interesting techniques, especially like I was just messing with to do like these eyebrow ridges, to do the eyes themselves. Little sections right underneath the eyes are actually attached upside down. I have some cool techniques here to get like these bars here to give the side ridges of the helmet. And then, you know, of course, all the snot work on the sides, and then we have the flaps. If you want to have some fun, you can make Vader, you know, fly away. A little silly, but you know, it's there. I feel like, you know, maybe they could have found a way to lock these in place, like put a plate over this clip and bar hinge area, and that would have kept it from going up too much. I don't think it's necessary. If you look at it, oh, that's interesting. From underneath, you can see some of that multicolored structure in there that's holding all this together. I don't think that's an issue at all. You're not going to see that when it's on display, right? Even if you have like display like way high up, even if you're trying to look underneath, that's not going to be very apparent because it's on the back. So yeah, I mean, $70, that's a lot. Did I have the piece count on this wrong? I do. I must have messed that up, and I just noticed it now. So it says $4.55 there, but the box here says $8.34. I must have just like copied and pasted it wrong, or maybe that was from one of the things we built last week. So 834 parts, nice variety. You think it's all black parts, but there is a lot of different colors in here to give you some decent variety. You know, obviously lots of plates and some basic bricks to do the top of the helmet and the neck guard. But there's lots of interesting parts like in the face and in the interior, different curve slopes and snot bricks and stuff like that give you a nice variety. So is it worth it? Up to you. Like, I have really taken a shine to these sets. I like displaying them. I think they're fun builds. I did buy this one with my own money. I believe I got it on sale on Amazon for like 15 to 20% off. So definitely don't pay full retail for it. There's plenty of sales and deals on Lego going on at any given time. Heck, with Black Friday coming along, you might be able to get it even cheaper than 20% off, or you can go pick it up on Shop at Home right now and get double VIP points. You know, so definitely don't need to pay full retail for it. But I think if you're into Star Wars and you like a good display piece, this is a good option, and it's still a heck of a lot cheaper than, you know, a UCS set. So there's definitely that. Yeah, so we got one more giveaway to do. Let me turn off that giveaway link. All right, let's see who our second winner will be. Winning the first iteration of a Darth Vader buildable figure is going to be Dollar, who was here earlier but had to leave, sadly. But Dollar is still the winner of 75111 Darth Vader, not be confused with 75534, so that's the first version of the Dark Lord of the Sith in the buildable figure series. I think he's, what, like the only character who we got two versions of? Oh no, we got two versions of Rey as well. So that's kind of cool. Congrats, Dollar, and congrats, Minik, who was the first winner today. We'll be reaching out to both of you to get you those prizes. So that's it for this week. We probably won't be streaming anything next weekend for Thanksgiving. We do have quite a few sets from my personal collection that we can build, and like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I did order some more as part of the Lego Shop at Home VIP weekend sales to get those double VIP points. So we may pick up the pace a little bit as the year winds down. Things might be getting less busy in real life. Who knows? Holidays can be busy, but we'll see if we can, instead of doing every other weekend, maybe do a couple 2 weekends in a row live builds. So you have to wait and see. Until then, this is going to be Black 6 from BZPower signing off. Wishing you all a great rest of your weekend and a happy Thanksgiving if you're in the US and celebrating that this coming week. Catch you next time, guys.